Is seriously the most beautiful spring day. It feels like summer already, and we have to go and scope out some places for some hoop jams that we're going to be holding on the Gold Coast. So do you want to come with us? Let's go. And we better take some hoops. Maybe I'll take my twins from Hoopology. Look how amazing these colors are, by the way. This hoop from Marawa, the Amazing, and check it out. It's like a regular size hoop, but all you have to do is fold it in and then over, and then you're ready for hoop jam. I just googled why is the Gold Coast called the Gold Coast, and originally it was called the South Coast because it's south of Brisbane and then north of Sydney, north of Byron, and then it started to be called the Gold Coast because it was kind of this sparkly hot spot for people to go on holiday. This is more like a jungle than a hoop jam place, but hopefully we're gonna land somewhere amazing. But it's not really a hoop jam spot. So we're gonna walk back up onto the headland set and see if we can find a spot for our jams. And we do have lots of time because we're not going to start the hoop jams until the 24th. So maybe it's just time for, oh, your bag just fell down the cliff. What I was going to say is maybe it's time for a romantic sunset dinner.
Fish and chip.
And it was a beautiful walk anyway, which was great. It's so gorgeous out there. I think it has motivated me to wake up early in the morning, fingers crossed, and go and look for some other spots, and I'll take you with me. Well, we made it. We got up early and we might have missed the sunrise, but we did make it down to Coolangatta. And when I say Coolangatta, it's literally like 1 minute walk from our house. So I think that it might be my top hoop jam spot. There is one other place that I'm considering. And actually this afternoon we are volunteering at a festival called the Swell Festival, and that is in Currumbin. And Currumbin is exactly where I think there might be a good location that's pretty accessible and fun on a Sunday, but I really have to go check it out. So let's go. I was thinking maybe in this incredible park right here, but on a weekend around here, it gets so crazy busy. While it's an ideal park and it's beautiful, it might not be the right location for our hoop jam. Okay, nature. Whoa. So we've been to 3 locations that could really work for these hoop jams. The first one was Burleigh yesterday, which is the beautiful headlands. It's amazing, but it might not be so accessible. And then Coolangatta is like amazing. It's close to my house. It has a huge big area. There's lots of shops, there's bathrooms, it's safe there as well. And then there's this area which is Currumbin, and it's super popular, great surfing location. Lots of people come here on the weekend. It's incredibly stunning. It's easy to access, but because it's so easy to access, it's quite busy on the weekends. So it might not be the best spot. And the park is pretty small. It does have bathrooms, could be great. Quick update, I just walked past the Coolangatta space where I thought would be a great space for a hoop jam on a Sunday, and they are setting up this huge stage, which means that maybe there's going to be like a whole big festival there on the weekend. So here's a tip when you're looking for a hoop jam space. Make sure that you go to that space once you've kind of decided a few times, particularly on the day that you want to do the hoop jam, and see if it's being used by a whole other range of groups, because it might be super crowded. Now it just occurred to me that you might not know what a hoop jam is, or why I would be looking for the perfect hoop jam spot. Well, a hoop jam is when hoopers get together, they hang out, they share tricks, there might be a bit of a lesson, they may even have a picnic. It's really up to the community, maybe the people that are running it, or if there are local teachers that are putting on these hoop jams. And the perfect spot for a hoop jam is somewhere, of course, that is safe. So if your hoopers are hanging out and they're messing around with wild tricks, you want to make sure that the ground is as even as possible and that the area is fairly safe. There's not like loose rocks, or you're not hooping on the edge of a cliff, or well, that could be beautiful. You also want your hoop jam space to be accessible. And I like this for a couple of reasons. First of all, the more accessible it is, then the easier it is for your hoopers to turn up. The more hoopers you're going to get, so the more fun you can have. And also, I quite like to have a hoop jam space that is pretty out in the public. And I know that's not everyone's cup of tea, but if the hoop jam space is in public, or in an area or a park or the beach side where there are people walking by, then it's an awesome way to be sharing the hoop love, because you're going to get some interest by people walking by. You're going to get people maybe stopping in, having a chat, asking questions, and that is an awesome thing. Even if you do have some shy hoopers around, it's actually a really great way to interact with the community. I like an area that has toilets and a water fountain and all of those things. That would be amazing. Obviously, it's not always easy to find. Do you know what? There was a hoop jam in the US, and they did 52 hoop jams in 52 locations in 52 weeks. So that's a lot of hoop jam space scouting. Most hoop jams that you will find will just stay in the one area or in a similar area or close by the teachers' classes, maybe just to make it easy, or a location that's decided by the community.